Welcome, everyone. Welcome to purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, I'm going to be reading for the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I am looking at the week of March 31st through April 6th, and this is the week right in between both of these powerful eclipses. So everyone is going to be facing some hidden truths coming to light at this time. Most of you will be facing that energy and relationships, right? Libra represents seventh house relationships, but it is also very possible that some of you could be facing some big changes in your career, in the things that you're going after in life, and the things that you're passionate about. That's going to be Aries energy. I feel like it's very split. It does seem to me like feminine energy is dealing more with relationship issues, and by what I mean by that is you're kind of facing where you overgive in relationships, and all that overgiving is now going back to yourself. Again, that's going to be Aries helping you do that right there. For masculine energy, I feel like it's more about their career, it's more about their personal health. Masculine energy is burning out, right? So they're getting to that point where they're realizing that too far for too long, and it's like now they can't run anymore. It's definitely time to face it type of energy as we're in between these powerful eclipses. We did talk about all of the April astrology for the entire month on Sunday night. So if you guys missed that, you can find that on my YouTube channel. Don't forget, guys, we are multi-streaming 3 different platforms. So I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I see Sandra and Diana over on YouTube. Hello, ladies. Michelle is helping us on Facebook. I am so grateful for my moderators. Thank you, ladies, so very much. Always. I hope God blesses you in all the immense ways, right? I was watching several other twin flame readers today, just trying to get caught up on my own readings, my own, people that I like to watch. And I just really noticed the moderators for these channels have been around a lot longer than me. I don't know how we got so blessed over here, but I just want to say thank you, ladies. I love you so very, very much. I'm so grateful that you guys come in here and hang out with me and you help me moderate in the chat. Yes, it definitely it assists, right? It helps me be able to focus on the readings and not have to focus, on what's going on in the chat. I do get in trouble sometimes when I'm paying attention to the comments and not doing the readings, right? So yes, thank you to my moderators. Beautiful, beautiful souls. Remember, guys, all PLR links, all personal readings, any information you need from me is going to be in the description box of this video. I am going to start collective reading first. I don't know if I want to timestamp or if I want to talk about Stevie Nicks first. I think we're going to talk about Stevie Nicks first. Guys, I found Stevie Nicks. I found Fleetwood Mac first, and then I found Stevie Nicks, and now I have every single song that she has ever sang. And I don't know how I made it to 44 years of life without this sound. I don't know. Today the song is Every Day. So for those of you that know, you know, right? I'm so glad to know too now. But I just want to say, like, now I really just want to dive in. Like, I want to get her birth chart. I want to know because there's too many songs. It's every single song. Like, there's got to be a story. I feel like you guys know the story, and I just don't know the story yet. But it's like, I mean, the words in her songs. She in the Everyday song, the first thing that caught me was when in the very first few lyrics she says, don't leave me hanging on a string. I don't know why, but it just sent like a chill up my back, right? And when she said something about like all the ways that I literally just had this conversation. And of course the over and over again. It's such a beautiful song, guys. Every Day, Stevie Nicks. If you haven't heard it, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with us, like what happened or where where it's at, right? But I'm so glad that I have found her. And I mean, I don't know, guys. I've just had the Pandora playing all of her songs. I have yet to hear another song over unless I go over like I did the Everyday song and hit the repeat. I do that. It's like whenever I find a song that really touches me, I don't know. I have to go hear it 1,000 times. It's so weird, right? I know. All right, Sandra, I see it. I totally understand. No worries. All right, so I'm going to jump in collective reading. Let's timestamp. Let's do 503 for the collective. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to start masculine energy first, and I did touch on that a little bit. I do feel that collectively the masculine's health is what's important at this time. I feel like it's something that they've probably run from, ignored for a long period of time. And it's definitely this energy where it's like, you know how feminine energy, we're not allowed to overgive at this time. We're not allowed to, um, you know, lower the boundaries, right? Like we have to enforce the boundaries at this time, all this stuff, right? I feel like, and it's like we can't not do it, right? Like spirit's really having us focus on this. I feel like for masculine energy, that focus is about their health. It's like they're realizing what they're capable of, or it's like they're realizing that they've been doing something for a very long time, um, where they were maybe could have been ignoring their health. And I do feel like it could have something to do with like work, of course, especially, you know, masculine energies are definitely very overworked at this time. So it definitely could have something to do with that. But I feel like for a lot of these masculines, it could just be like frame of mind type of energy is what I'm hearing. So like for mental health situations, right? All right, let's see what comes out. All right, we have the Voyager card, return home, lessons and realizations. This card has came out so many times for me today. I did several readings today, Etsy shop, personal readings, the solar eclipse readings I finished up today. So yeah, I feel like there's this energy of returning home has been very big for all of us, right? It's interesting because I kept talking about what returning home meant. I kept saying that like on this journey, I felt like since my awakening, like since I met this person and all this, you know, shebang happened, it was like I didn't know where home was, right? I kept having this weird feeling like, where is home? Like, why is it not here? And it is here. It's interesting because it's like every time I tried to leave where I was at, or I tried to move away, or I tried to do anything really, I just kept getting pulled back, right back to the same location. So yeah, pretty interesting that we're all kind of dealing with that home situation. Again, it's a feeling, not necessarily like an actual home. I mean, it could be, you know, individually for masculine and feminine, definitely very possible. But I think it's more about that feeling. And I talk about how when you guys come in here and like we hang out and hi, Natalie. So I feel like we all kind of like, you know, Natalie just come in to hang out with us, right? So it's like we have this feeling with each other. It's very like, you know, hi, I'm excited to see you, right? It's definitely like a knowing, right? It's that knowing. It's like I know what Natalie's been through, right? It's like I understand that pain, right? I have felt it myself, and I'm definitely on this journey too. I like to say we're in the same boat, right? Like I'm never gonna come out here and be like, oh, I know everything and I have all the facts. Like no, it's not like that at all. I do study the twin journey, of course, you know, often. I'm telling you, the see me next, man. I'm telling you. I feel like I can't wait to get that birth chart. I'm so excited. But yeah, masculine energy, the Voyager, I mean, they could be going somewhere, but I think it's more about internal. I do think that they're having some realizations. We touched on that when I said something about like career, overworking themselves, exhaustion. I've been feeling that exhaustion energy for masculine energy for quite some time. I think what's happening though is, like I said earlier, it's like they're getting to this point where like the line has been drawn in the sand by spirit. It's spirit that's drawing the line. So it's like, here we go with the free will, right? But it's like this masculine energy has pushed against this for such a long time. I do feel like now there's less anger, there's less frustration, there's more surrender. But it's almost like, yes, I will surrender. Yes, I understand I need to work on my health. And yes, I understand that I need to heal my heart. And yes, I understand all of this. but I'm still going to work 60 hours a week. I'm still going to get up at 4 a.m. 7 days a week. I'm still going to push through. I'm still going to volunteer here. I'm still going to do that. You see what I'm trying to say? It's that type of energy. And, you know, spirit's going to be like, no, right? All right, let's do the feminine now. All right, we have rebirth. I love it. It says shedding the chrysalis, taking risks. I do feel like we are taking risks, but they're not really risks to us. I think we were taking more risk when we were not enforcing boundaries, right? When we were not surrendering to the journey. I feel like it was definitely much more riskier than it is now. Now we're kind of like taking forward movement, taking forward steps. I feel like at one time we may have thought that that was risky for whatever reason you had behind that. But I feel like now we feel more confident in that decision. We've had all of these confirmations, all of that astrology came through. We had Pluto come in and make this huge shift for everyone, right? So I do feel like rebirth is very collective for feminine energy. I talked about it for the April astrology. I said, like, we're literally shutting the door on our old life and we're walking through the door of, you know, the rest of our life. For the longest time, we kind of teeter-tottered right there in the doorway. If we weren't blocking our own doorway, we had someone else blocking our doorway, right? And it's like now that's the rebirth, is we've removed everything from the doorway and we've gained the courage to go through it ourselves, right? All right, let's do the bridging energy. I am so grateful that I don't know, got brave enough to do this. I was thinking about PLR and like how all of us started right before the water signs. And I just, sometimes I have to like go back and look at my journal sometimes because I really honestly don't remember a lot of things, right? I don't know if it was like the booze, the vodka bottle I was in. I don't know if it was like all the unhealthy things, right? I don't know if it was not a weekend. I don't know what it was, but it's definitely like become much clearer. Everything seems much crisper, much clearer now. All right, bridging energy. We have the past, releasing, rebirth, and spring. So I've been getting this part a lot too, and it does come out for bridging energy a lot. So that's pretty interesting. Michelle, I got your reading done, so I'm just saying, pay attention to the cards. But the past says releasing, rebirth, and spring. So releasing, rebirth, and spring is definitely collectively, I feel like masculine is releasing, right? And I do feel like collectively this is a rebirth. It's definitely, this month of April is definitely where the old chapters close and we're starting the new chapter. And remember, guys, this is actually the beginning of the year. Like, I know we want to say January 1st is the beginning of the year, but it's actually not. It's like the end of that last year. It's when everything is dying. How many of you union and the winter months, like collective, communication, or came into reunion? I definitely feel like we had this period over the winter where it was like so challenging to keep going, like to keep pushing forward on this journey. That spirit, I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's spirit allowed type of situation, like allowed this reboost, recharge type of energy so that you could keep pushing. And I do feel like it kind of helps us get through that last quarter, like that last 3 months, like the toughest part of winter, right? Okay, I'm gonna use Triple Goddess. I don't know why I said that. I'm gonna use the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. We may use Triple Goddess Tarot tonight. All right, I'm gonna look at the Voyager. This is the masculine energy. So remember, I definitely picked up on some health focus, and I definitely picked up like on exhaustion, overdoing, spirit strong, and definitely it's like it's time for this masculine, not just to surrender to the journey, but to understand what it means to replenish their own cup. It says return home, lessons, and realizations. It says it's okay to forget and then remember all over again. And that's a song. I'm listening to it right now. Can you guys hear it in the background? I hope not. We'll get in trouble. But it's the everyday Stevie Nicks just says it over and over again. I don't know. The song is so perfect for this journey. Like, oh my God, all her songs are so perfect for this journey. That's why, like, I want the birth chart. I want to know who she's talking about. I want to know the story. It's like, you guys tell me, is there here somewhere there's going to be something about her? And I know you guys know. I don't know how I didn't know. Like, it's just blowing my mind that I've went all of these years and didn't know this. All right, so Nave of Wands is here. Big confirmation from Spirit. Nave of Wands is like the Page of Wands, and Page of Wands is spiritual awakening. Excited to start your new journey. There's something about the music. You see how he's playing the guitar? So it's very possible that music back and forth between the masculine and feminine right now. Six of Wands is here. Six of Wands is a victory. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Six of Wands says that someone notices something. And then we see like the little Jack in the Box. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna try to make it so the light's not so mean to me. But it's like where he's popping out of the box. I recently did it was a pick a card, right? We did a pick a card. It was a pick a box. Hi, Jenna. But I did the pick a box, right? And I was like, I told everybody in the live, in the readings, I said, the reason I did the box, right, is because sometimes it was all about separation, right? We were talking about separation. And I said, sometimes like when we're in separation, I feel like I'm in this box, right? Like I feel like I'm stuck or I'm trapped or I don't know like where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do. It's freaking dark down here. Right. I definitely just had this whole conversation where I was like, I'm really starting to learn how to maneuver myself in the box. Like I'm learning how to go in and out on my own. It's not like someone has a lid and they can just like keep me in there type of energy, right? So it's pretty interesting that he's like popped out of the box, right? It's very possible. A lot of times when the energies like pull away or the energies call their power back type of thing, the other counterpart can feel it, right? So it's very possible that, and I know I did it just this morning. But it's like where we, where we call, I call my power back. I'm whole and complete, right? All of that stuff. But it's like, I feel like it's very possible that Divine Feminine has done this and the masculine energy can feel it. So we have Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands is going to be about their own confidence. It's going to have something to do with kindness. I see where she's like left her throne. She's left the chair. And it's almost like this masculine energy is scared to take his throne or like take his chair. It could definitely feel, and look how she's crying. Like this one is, oh my goodness. But anyway, it's like, I feel like this masculine energy could feel like they're not worthy of, or like they can't fill the spot, something like that type of energy. Queen of Wands is about having confidence in yourself. I've kind of been picking that energy up a lot for Divine Masculine. Again, personal readings that also came up, where the masculine energy just kind of feels like they're just kind of looking at everything, right? Everything kind of looks like a little bit of a shit show, right? Remember Divine Feminine when you came out of Dark Night of the Soul? Like I feel like we came out of Dark Night of the Soul and we didn't even realize that we had been in there for so long, right? I thought they were like multiple Dark Nights of the Soul. Like, no, I mean, you can have more than one, yes, but I feel like no, this was just one long Dark Night of the Soul. And it's like we try to put all kinds of like candy and treats and all kinds of stuff in there to make it look like it wasn't so bad. That's why I kept thinking that I was having like multiple ones, right? I feel like it's very possible that that's what's kind of happening for Divine Masculine. They're in that deep, thick part of it where they surrender, right? Like when you're at the bottom of your well and you're like, I give, here's my flag, right? Definitely could be there, but there's a lot of like lack of self-confidence at this time. Remember when it happened to us and we were like, why us? Like, why me? Like, I remember asking this question. And we ask this all the time, like people that are like recovering alcoholics or recovering drug addicts. God touches you, you go out in the world, you change lives, you help people. And then, you ask yourself, like, why me? I think some people, I've heard this word a couple of times, imposter syndrome. We're like, well, what do I know? What do I know? If you're asking yourself that at any amount of time, I'm going to tell you, somebody else told me to do this. Take 5 minutes every day, every morning. Look in the mirror. Try to do it for 5 minutes. Eventually, you'll do it longer. Like, keep looking at yourself. You're going to build your confidence. I remember telling her, I was like, I think I would just point out every bad thing that's wrong with me. She's like, you will. But then after you're done doing that, you're going to start seeing all the things that aren't wrong, right? Like all the things that are right, right? And then you're going to start noticing all of those. I think that's kind of what's happening to the divine masculine. I don't think they're quite to the part where they're noticing all the good stuff, but they're definitely at the part where they're picking. It's kind of like I heard like picking themselves apart type of thing. All right, let's look at the rebirth, shedding the chrysalis and taking rest. I'm going to read it because I can't remember what chrysalis means. All right, it's number 13. Michelle says you need to dig into the background of Fleetwood Mac. I know, right? Alicia, hello. Oh yeah, ladies, can you hear music? No music back there? Like 13 is hiding from me. All right. Shedding the chrysalis, taking rest in the unknown. Affirmation spell. I release all that doesn't serve me and I embrace the new. All right, it says your soul is calling for a rebirth of some kind in some aspect of your life or being. The bones of your past and of who you once were are meant to be shed. I mean, you guys have been feeling that too. Like we're not who we used to be, right? Like before my awakening, before my twin counterpart, before all of this went down, I was a whole completely different person, right? And now, especially now that I'm like, really taking on like the anxiety and the depression and this type of stuff, I feel like, man, the change is amazing. It's like I'm definitely completely different person. And this is just so many years in. Like I can't imagine so many years from now, right? Let's see. It says there is so much more room within you now. Can you feel it? It's tingling and sparkling with tiny new flames of warmth and sunshine. For all the new things to grow, to blossom, to take you over with passion and renewed inspiration for the possibilities of the unknown. I feel like it told me what the word meant, but now I don't see it. I love y'all. Google. All right, let's pull some tarot. Maybe Spirit will tell us. It says it's time to leave the old behind. The star flew at me. Aquarius energy. Bright hope for the future. New slate. Fresh start. And look how she's kind of like sprinkling some magic there. It's definitely this energy of like planting a seed and then nurturing it. We have the death card coming out, a massive death and transformation, big confirmation, closing the door to a past life situation and moving forward in this life, right? The death card, of course, we know strong Scorpio energy. The star is Aquarius. So I would say go look on your charts, divine feminine. What is in your Scorpio house? What is in your Aquarius house? What house does it rule? We have the Nave of Pentacles because this is all about new beginnings. Again, planting that seed, starting the journey, right? I see the Ten of Pentacles on the bottom. Ascension, goals, achievements, career. I feel like that's where your focus is right now. I love the death card in the tarot this week, Twilight. It talks about how it's like he realizes she's not going to make it. And so he comes and carries her like the last few steps of the way. All right, let's look at the past. You know, there's a theory that I like to talk about it from time to time. That the masculine is the one that actually manifests the counterpart energy, the feminine energy. It's very possible. All right, Nine of Pentacles is here. Nine of Pentacles is about independence, being confident in your independence. The Tower is here. That's going to be some Mars masculine energy. It could be some Mars energy, definitely. I love the Tower card in the Tarot of Sweet Twilight. I know, right? Everybody's like, what? It's because if you look closely, they're sitting up in the tree. Like, did they know the tower was going to explode? I think they did. It's like they had a head start, like had a warning, and it's like they're able to watch from afar type of energy. The Empress is here. That could be what it has to do with, or who it has to do with. It could be some divine feminine energy, but the Empress could also be like a creator, someone that creates things. It's also a mother. It could be a mother. It could have something to do with children. Two of Swords is here. Two of Swords is that energy, like you feel like you're not sure which way to go. A new moon solar eclipse comes in April 8th. It's definitely going to give us this new, open to all new possibilities, right? Nine of Swords comes out, and I feel like the Nine of Swords is giving me this energy of like we're able to start processing the trauma, we're able to start healing, we're able to start coming out of that dark night of the soul, right? And then the Eight of Pentacles is here. Eight of Pentacles is dedication and focus. It's very specific again in the Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. I see the monkey in the background, so I just heard that weird phrase, you know how it says, not my circus, not my monkey. For somebody, I'm hearing like these are your monkeys. But anyway, the Eight of Pentacles in this particular tarot set, she falls down. And it says, like, just because we fall down doesn't mean that we just stay down. We get back up and we go at it again, right? All right, on the bottom is going to be the Fool card. So big confirmations, new start, new beginnings. Again, that Aries energy. All right, I think I'm going to use the Sacred Destiny. And we'll do head, heart, and higher self. All right, so masculine's thoughts. You have forgiveness. Again, I'm seeing the new moon. It's very possible they're asking for forgiveness. It's also very possible that they're giving forgiveness. I'm definitely getting this energy like heart chakra activation. Starting to understand like there's no, it's really interesting when you get to this part of your awakening, because you realize when you get to that part where you realize like we're all one. And then you start thinking about all the people that you hate. Or you start thinking all the people you dislike, right? And then suddenly you realize, oh my goodness, like I can't hate them anymore. I can't dislike them anymore, right? Because you realize that everybody is a version of you, either a more healed version or a less healed version, right? I kind of feel like that's what's happening for Divine Masculine. All right, let's look at the heart space. There's been a lot of communication, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we get message from Divine Feminine here, but let's pull it out first and see. We have the Stillness card. A message, and I'm just going to tell you there's actually two cards in here. One of them says stand still, and then one of them is the Stillness card. And the stand still card, it's not this beautiful. It's not this elegant. I don't know if you guys can see it. I know sometimes they look really dark. But there's a lot of purple. It's so beautiful. But anyway, in the standstill card, it also has like a swan or something, but it looks, the feathers are ruffled. And it's like being forced to stand still type of energy. And the Stillness card, it's almost like the bird has surrendered and decides to be still for whatever is supposed to come in, right? I feel like that could be a message from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. It's one thing too, is like, I think a lot of times on this journey, we think that we're supposed to do something. Okay. So let's use the masculine energy for just an example. And let's use masculine collective energy, because we know that masculine collective energy deals with karmic energies, and they stay with those karmic energies for whatever, duties or responsibilities that they have, right? We know a lot of times it has something to do with children, right? I feel like there's this, You can be proactive when you know something on this journey, and you can take steps to start your own healing, or you can ignore it until spirit draws the line, right? Either way, my point is that either way, the awakening happens. Either way, the healing happens. And that's where I, will start the whole debate with free will. But I mean, who doesn't want to heal? All right, higher self lesson. We have security. So I do sense that there's something with masculine and career and exhaustion and needing to replenish their cup and needing to focus on themselves. Maybe they need to take some downtime. Maybe they need a vacation they feel like they can't afford. I don't know, something like that. But the higher self is definitely telling this divine masculine they're secure. There is a firm foundation. Spirit has their back. And that's what I was going to say earlier. Is like you can hold this awakening off. I mean, for years and years and years and years, right? But it's like once spirit says this is it, like now is the time, you're going to do it. You don't have any choice. But then this happened to me, like when I started PLR, and it was like, how am I going to quit my job? Like I had just gotten this amazing job, like my first time having like my adult job with benefits. I could go to a doctor. I'm just saying it was amazing. I had paid time off, you guys. I've never had paid time off. I was like, I just got this job. I was here a year. Like I didn't want to leave this job. Like I wanted to stay here. That's where this masculine energy is now. And it's like they're realizing, no, you don't get to stay. You're going to have to go replenish. You're going to have to heal. You're going to have to take care of yourself. And spirit is showing them that they'll be taken care of. Did I starve? No, absolutely not. Did I go without absolutely anything? No, absolutely not. Was there times where my faith was, shaky and questionable, and I was like, how am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay that? How am I going to eat? How am I going to do that? Yes, of course, all the time. But did I starve? No. It's like Sandra said the other day, did you die? No. And it actually wasn't as painful or as hard as it could have been, right? All right, let's look at divine feminine. There's something about the writing. It looks like, to me, this one looks like an Indian, like a what do they call it, buffalo? But I feel like it's supposed to be giving me like hieroglyphics type of energy. I don't know if you can see it on that little cave wall there. But something about that. And the fire, man, the fire. These masculine energies are making fires. They're making fires and they're standing by the fire. They're looking at the fire. They're having long, deep conversations with higher self by these fires. All right, the community card for divine feminine in the headspace. The butterflies are sticking out to me. I've seen white butterflies everywhere. My mom used to tell me white butterflies were good luck. I think I don't know if they're actually butterflies or if they're just like little moths. I don't know, but I see them all the time. But the community card is going to be like minds. So I feel like right now you're feeling drawn to want to talk about your journey to people who understand you and like what you're talking about, right? How many of you guys have tried to talk about your journey to someone who's, not experienced this before? All right, let's look at the heart space, the patience card. So message back and forth. So divine feminine is definitely telling masculine energy. It's giving me like a peace energy. Like just be at peace. Like just heal. There's no expectations. There's no nothing. Just unconditional love, right? The patience card definitely coming like masculine energy. Have patience. Be patient. That type of thing. All right, let's do higher self for divine feminine. Have new beginnings. Look at the confirmations. The confirmations. It's so crazy, right? Rebirth, new beginnings. Leadership is on the bottom. Divine feminine definitely stepping into all of it, really. All of it, right? All right, we'll do some messages. I'm going to try to do 3 and 3. So we'll do 3 from divine masculine to divine feminine and 3 from divine feminine to divine masculine. So please remember, 1, these are from my own journey, right? I think that's why you guys like them, because they're real messages, right? But so they could also be like higher self messages. So it could be something the higher self wants to say to you, or you to them. It could also be like messages, things they haven't like want to say, but for some reason they can't or feel like they can't. And I like to say that they could be actual message you've actually received and heard, and then it's confirmation, right? All right, I don't know what to do. I see 1111 everywhere, and missing you comes out. Why did this happen to us is on the bottom. See what I mean? All right, let's do divine feminine to divine masculine. Did you get my message? And there's a little bit of some smart alecky tone there. There's too much pressure. I was never interested in fighting. And weight is on the bottom. All right. I meant to pull out Power of Love. All my cards sit right next to each other, guys. I accidentally pulled out the Sacred Traveler, and it's the first light, beginning a new cycle. So I feel like I'm going to leave that out because that's going to be part of our guidance. There's something about this card and how it shows like all of the elements. So it's kind of giving me this energy like something is coming to fruition. But it's like it's been being built for like the whole last year. Maybe you try to start a new cycle, 2023, and it just didn't work. Something didn't take, and it's like, this is the time. This is when it takes. All right, Power of Love activation for guidance. So we have harmony and humility coming out. And elevation. On the bottom is priorities. Harmony says you are able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. Humility says you have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. And elevation, you are making the conscious decision to raise your vibration of love. There's going to be a message here. This is going to be probably just for divine feminine. I'm not sure. Okay, here's what I'm hearing. Other people's healing path will not look like our healing path. So if I'm talking to divine feminine, the masculine's path is not to healing, is not going to look like your path. I don't know what that means. They could get to it quicker, and maybe you don't believe it because it was so fast. They could do it in a different way, different steps. I don't know. Maybe replenishing their cup means something different. But I just heard like it's not going to look how it looked to you. So don't knock it because it doesn't mean that they're not doing something, right? Priority says you understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. All right, guys, that's it. That's going to be your collective reading. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to clean up really quickly and then we will move on to Cancer. Who all is feeling full moon hangover? I feel like that won't be too surprising this week. That Libra lunar eclipse hit yesterday, peaked yesterday. So I feel like, again, we're talking about we're always a week ahead, guys. So if you're looking at like what's happened this week, you can find that over on our YouTube channel. So we're looking at that week ahead. So we're in between the eclipses, right? All right, I'm gonna do a little bit different tonight. I'm gonna start water signs. We're gonna use the Heal Yourself reading cards. I know I wasn't too excited about it either, but it is what it is, right? And then we're going to, and if you guys could see the other side of this camera, it's a mess over here. I'm going to use the new Magical Spirit Oracle for our main spread, and then I'm going to use the Sacred Traveler for our guidance. Of course, we'll close it out with Moonology. And for Tarot, I think we're going to use that Triple Goddess Tarot. I pay attention when I'm shuffling to see how the cards shuffle, like how they feel. Do they feel heavy? Do they feel light? Do they feel like they're shuffling well together? Are they stuck? It definitely tells me like what the readings are going to be like. Jasmine, hello. All right, so I turn my music down so we wouldn't be distracting anyone. Sorry, I just found my note. I made a note about my tire. Totally forgot. It's nice when you make notes and then you forget to read the note. I have a tire that's leaking air. We kept putting air in the wrong tire. And then my son found it today and plugged it for me. So I'm hoping it'll last until I go get a tire on there. But it was like, where we live, the people were cleaning up around here and like they just took down a bunch of like old stuff and they left a bunch of glass and stuff everywhere. I think it was a piece of glass. I know, right? Just my luck. It's okay. It was time for tires. All right. Let's do 4320 for Cancer. Cancer, this is going to be from March 31st through April 6th. We're right in between those big, powerful eclipses. So I feel like this is the time where everybody's going to see what does eclipse mean, right? Eclipse means that one, it makes that energy 1,000 times more powerful. But two, it shows you something that's been hidden. And whatever that hidden thing is has like been causing you delays, causing you from being able to move forward, Cancer. So it's going to show you something that you need to see so that you can take forward movement. This Aries. So the Libra lunar eclipse, the south node is in Libra. So it's like what we're leaving behind. It could have something to do with relationships. And then, of course, Aries is going to be north node. The north node is in Aries. So where are you headed? Where are you going? All right, we have inner child coming out. It's number 16. We have the patience card. So this could have something about having patience with yourself. I do see the lady at the well. So we're going to talk about the lady at the well story. Okay, so some of you will know the lady at the well story. And again, this has nothing to do with like my religious preferences or anything like that. It's a parable. It's a story. It means something, and it's going to give you an example of something in your own life, right? So the lady at the well, the story is that she goes to this well and she's waiting. She's looking for a husband. And she's had several husbands. They all mistreated her, right? And then Jesus shows up and he gives her the water and he tells her, like, you don't need a husband. Like, you're fine on your own, and you need to, like, love yourself, and all this love that you're giving all these losers, you need to give it to yourself, right? He probably didn't call them losers. Jesus was a really kind man. But excuse me. But so the point is that I feel like you're healing inner child wounds, Cancer, because you've dealt with a lot of shitty relationships, right? A lot of times we're in these types of relationships because again, I'm gonna step on some toes here. Ready? This is what I do over here. So I'm glad you guys love me. But a lot of times we do this because we don't love ourselves, right? Like, we don't know how to love ourselves. We don't know how to take care of our inner child. We don't know how to love our inner child. We probably don't know what inner child means when we're at this stage, right? And it's like, until you start doing this, you're constantly going to be repeating the same, you're going to receive the same offer. And the offer is never good, right? Unless it's Jesus himself, the offer isn't good. I watched this, I shared it on my TikTok. Guys, we're on TikTok, so if you guys don't know, link is in the description box. But anyway, I watched this TikTok, and it was the lady that used to be with MJ. She's the really pretty, sexy, dark-headed lady, that's on the Transformer movies. You know what I'm talking about? But they did this interview with her, and like, now she's single, right? Like, now she's on her own. And they did this interview with her. And they asked her something about, like, about dating or men, and she's like, I'm just not looking. I'm just not looking. Like, she's like, I've been out here, I've seen what's out here, and no one has a magical nothing, and it's not worth it. And I feel like that's Cancer. That's kind of where, if you're not there, that's where you need to be, right? I'm there. I'm there. Cancer is my rising. My rising. Oh my gosh, y'all! I had to cough. I'm sorry. Megan Fox. Yes, Diana. That's it. I never remember anybody's name. I just remember their beautiful faces. All right. Cancer, let's look at challenge or obstacle. So healing some inner child, choosing you this week. All right, Spirit of the Tree comes out. It says, if you're in need of a lesson, there is wisdom in the trees. Spirit of the trees, nature, priestess, and inner peace. I think you're looking for inner peace, Cancer, and Spirit saying, go touch a tree. There's actually more to that. I'm seeing all the communication. Okay, so I learned something. My brother-in-law, actually, I think I want to say I heard it somewhere else, and then I asked my brother-in-law about it. My brother-in-law is a very nature person, right? He likes to garden, the green thumb type person, and very woke, right? Very woke. So he was telling me, I watched this video about the trees and how they communicate through the roots. And like, I went out and they have this beautiful, like, I don't know, lots and lots of acres where they are. And lots and lots of trees and forests and woods and just beautiful nature, right? And I was out there, and I remember saying, like, I had watched this video where it talked about how the roots were so important because they're actually all interconnected, and it talked about how, like, one tree can send a message to another tree. So let's say this tree is low on something, but this tree over here has it, so it sends it through the root system to this tree. I was like, what? That blew my mind, right? So there's something about you going out into nature. I'm telling you, touch the tree. But not just that, when you're touching that tree, understand that all of that information that this nature, this root system has, could be giving you information that you need. So go out there and meditate. Go out there and have a quiet moment. And I feel like I can hear some of you go, when am I supposed to find a quiet moment? Make it a priority. That's it. It's that simple. All right, let's look at lesson learned. All right, we have the Servant Queen. It says, divine, magnetic, and valuable. You are worthy of beautiful things. This is lesson learned, but again, so when I made this spread, this is your energy of the week. This is your challenge or obstacle. This is lesson learned. And then we're going to look at the outcome. We've been doing this spread for 3 years since we've been out here, right? We can see sometimes when there's these big astrological events, normally they happen on like full moons and new moons and things like this. We are again in this powerful eclipse energy. So not too surprising. This is something that you're learning right now. And I've said it the whole reading. And I know you don't like it, but it is what it is. You're going to have to focus on you. You're going to have to heal you. Something has been taken from you, Cancer, from a very long time, probably as a child. I mean, I could probably sit here and start telling you like who you are. Maybe you're like the oldest. Maybe you were the most responsible. Maybe you had parents that didn't parent very well and you had to be the parent. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, I can keep going, but it's definitely going to be that kind of energy. So it's like you have to stop now. Stop giving it to everybody else. You've completely depleted yourself. You're the lady at that well. There's nothing left in the well. It's completely freaking empty. It's you and Jesus now. You see what I'm trying to say? And it's like, if you don't understand that, if you don't learn that this week, you're going to move forward through this eclipse season. And it's like tower moment after tower moment, because Spirit's going to stop you. You're not going to be able to keep going the way you've been going, right? For the longest time, and I'm just going to tell you guys, if you know me, you already know. But for the longest time, I would come out here and do these readings and I would tell you about what I learned and what Spirit was teaching me and self-love and self-care and self-worth and all of this stuff. And I wouldn't do any of it. None of it. I would just read the cards. I would shut it down at the end of the day and I would walk away and I would go live my very depleted life, right? It gets to a point where Spirit just doesn't allow it. It's just not allowed. All right, let's look at the outcome for Cancer. Magic mushroom, miracles, fairy energy, and opening up. This is stay open to the good and beautiful things. The mystic is going to be on the bottom, intuition, priestess, and visionary. It says there is a reason that you have those dreams. Okay, Cancer. So the B is going to be really important because, again, I've seen this card and I've been seeing the bees. I've watched other twin flame tarot readers, right? And they're like, pay attention to the bees. Okay, I'm paying attention. They're here. Bees are pollination, right? Bees are also like you've planted the seed and now it's going to bloom. You're going to go, you're going to travel, you're going to explore, expand, that type of energy. When I said explore, something touched my hair. So, I mean, could be confirmation. Could just be a ghost. Who knows? All right, let's look at inner child. Number 16. That could be significant to you, the age. All right, so Six of Pentacles comes out. So it says you're going to get help. You're going to get assistance. It's interesting because I picked the tarot, Triple Goddess Tarot. Triple Goddess Tarot, they're all women. I know, right? But I love this tarot set. It's beautiful. It's very, a lot of wisdom gained in this tarot set. But normally in the Six of Pentacles, so if we're looking at regular Rider-Waite, you'll see that someone is giving the coin to someone and someone else is like waiting in the background and they're not getting anything. And it always talks about like somebody feeling like they're gypped. Like, you know, someone got something that they were supposed to get. I feel like you're going to get some help in getting back something that you've been giving to everyone else. I have the Page of Swords here. Page of Swords is, again, higher learning, wanting to know more about a subject, wanting to dig deeper. It could have something to do with writing a letter. I do see the feather pen. It could have something to do with like writing a letter at night too, the candle sticking out to me. But it's also the card that says someone's watching. Someone's watching. I feel like Cancer, I mean, it's very possible that you're watching someone, maybe you're fearful to communicate, to say something. But it's also, I think, about someone's watching you. Someone's watching you because you have a whole bunch of something that you love, right? Like you have a whole bunch of something that you give to, you love, you care over. This could be your children, your spouse, your parents, your whatever, right? Like you have a lot of something that you give to. And that's who's watching. That's who's watching you become depleted, right? Ace of Cups, overflow of emotion. It's also about intuitive hits. So it's like, you know that they see you becoming more and more depleted. All right, so Wheel of Fortune is here for Spirit of the Tree, where I said, like, this is your challenge or obstacle. It is about lessons being learned, but I also feel like you are feeling maybe a disconnect, and you could also be feeling like you're ungrounded at this time. So that could be another reason. Nature really stuck out to me with this card. And then you have Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is the card that says it's time. It's time to do it now. This is, again, Triple Goddess Tarot. So you can see the little fairies where she's making her loom, like she's making whatever it is that she's making there. But it's like, it talks about like, believe in magic, believe in spirit. And my ears just started that very uncomfortable reading 11 comes right in the middle, right? Page of Cups is here. So Page of Cups is this I'm sorry card, right? But what I'm getting here with this Page of Cups is normally it's the one where like the fish is jumping out of the cup, and the fish isn't jumping. There's no fish in this cup. It's actually an octopus, and like all his little what's it called? His legs are like clinging on to the cup. So it's like getting a grip on a situation, right? And then Two of Pentacles is here, and Two of Pentacles says you need to make something work. I know. I feel like that's probably the challenge or obstacle. If you feel like you're struggling to get a grip on a situation and figure out how to make something work, how to make something balanced, it's time to go outside in nature, meditate, right? So the Servant Queen, we had the Divine, Magnetic, Valuable. It says you are worthy of beautiful things. This is going to be what you're learning right now. It's number 3. The threes always stick out to me. We have the World card here. The World card is giving me some Capricorn energy. And I'm not making that up, but you can go look. There's usually, normally in the World card, there's 4 different, whatever. Anyway, in this Triple Goddess Tarot, it's actually called the Reunion card, the Reunion. The Sun is here, bright joy, happiness. And then we have the Teacher card. I feel like you could have someone coming into your environment that's teaching you about this, spiritual stuff that you're experiencing. If you are spending time out in nature, Spirit's going to say pay attention to the animals. So when you go out to touch that tree, Cancer, pay attention to the squirrels, the birds, everything. For me, lately, it's definitely been the birds, right? I feel like that's been the most powerful, like where I'm receiving the most powerful messages. Magic mushroom's going to be your outcome. It says miracles. So remember, I seen that Wheel of Fortune, and it definitely says like believe in miracles, believe in magic, believe in spirit, all of that stuff, and fairy energy and opening up. So 4 of Cups is here. You're going to manifest something. You're manifest something, and this is a different card about manifestation. So normally 4 of Cups, it normally shows that person like with their arms crossed and they're sitting under the tree. They're completely ignoring like that 4th cup that's coming out of the sky all magically, right? And it talks about how Spirit's trying to give you the last ingredient that you need to manifest something, but you don't see the cup. You don't see the last ingredient. So you're too busy looking at the 3 cups you have going, what am I supposed to do with this, right? So in this 4 of Cups, she has the 4th cup. It's right here on the table. The other 3 cups are here, and she's daydreaming. The card talks about daydreaming. There's something you're going to manifest through your own visions. Ace of Pentacles is most likely what it is that you're going to manifest. It's going to be a new beginning, but I'm just going to tell you, it's not going to be easy. Like, I know we want to just sit here and look out the window and be like, this is the life that I want. There's definitely some work that has to be done. You can see like the thorns and the vines going around that Ace of Pentacles. But then you also have Ace of Wands here. And Ace of Wands is like passionate and courage and drive and all of that good stuff. But it's also reckless energy. See how he's almost falling off the horse? It's also reckless energy. It's like in order for you to call in what it is that you want, you're going to have to do some healing work. You're going to have to stop being so reckless. And then there's Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, again, holding on to something too tightly. But in this Triple Goddess Tarot, it's like she understands that she can't restrict the flow. And I picked that up with that Sun card over here, Cancer. So it's like she understands that she can't just hold on to something really tightly and expect it to stay. It's like you have to release the control. You have to release the flow and allow the things to come, move in and out, right? All right. I wanted to do guidance, the magical spirit, but we're going to use the sacred traveler. Maybe we'll do guidance for the earth signs with magical spirit. Wow, we're already an hour in. It's only one sign. I don't know why these are getting so long. Like, what is spirit doing to me? All right, we have embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. The butterflies again sticking out to me. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life, and navigating by the stars. Follow your bliss. Surrendering to the journey is on the bottom. Release control. So big confirmation from spirit. Most likely that's going to be the card. That's going to be the whole reason that we had to use the sacred traveler for guidance. Shout to the heavens with happiness. I don't really sense that right now. I feel like that's what you need to do. Spirit saying focus on all the things that you're grateful for. That can definitely help a lot, especially when you're in these lower vibrational energies, when you're working with like inner child wounds. Start pointing out all the positive things, right? Rainbow Blessing says that this doorway, I talked about the doorway in the collective. So for Divine Feminine, if I'm talking to Divine Feminine energy, it's like we've removed everything from the doorway, but some of us could be scared to actually move through the doorway. For you, Cancer, I feel like this has something to do with healing. Navigating by the stars, it says follow your bliss. Right now, that's what everybody's doing, right? That Aries energy, North Node, it's like very passionate, making us go after what we want. But for you, it's like I'm definitely getting like a little bit, see how the card is like darker, you see that new moon. It's like you're going down dark night of the soul type of energy. You have some healing work that you need to do here. You need to get closer to something that you're scared of so that it can be illuminated to you so that you can release and let go and, you know. All right, let's do Moonology Oracle to close it out for Cancer. Remember, this is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. I feel like definitely in your thoughts, maybe keeping a lot to yourself, like not wanting to tell others. It's like you want people to think that you have it together, or that something's not bothering you, or that you don't need to work on something. All right, we have work through your fears, new moon and Scorpio, big confirmations, right? What do you need to release? It's the waning moon, and conclusions are within reach. It's going to be, look at that, full moon eclipse, which we just had. Nothing is yet set in stone is on the bottom. So in other words, what I'm getting with this card, Cancer, is I feel like something in a bleak type of way. And honestly, it's just going to take a little bit of some internal work, internal healing to you know, do something with that Ace of Cups. And it's like you feel like, oh, this is done. I'm not gonna make it. This is it. There's no more. It has to be this way. This is the only way it's like, no, that's actually not the case at all. All right, Cancer, I'm gonna leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. I'm gonna clean up really quickly. And then we will jump to Scorpio. Barefoot grounding at the tree. Yes, that's what Cancer needs for sure. I got my lemon ginger tea today, y'all. Miss Tina sent me this article about lemons. Like I knew, you know, I put lemon in my water, right? You guys like lemon in your water? And I knew people use lemon for like different stuff, right? She sent me this thing where it's like, did you know that you could cut up lemons and put them in the room you're in and it can help you with focus? I know, right? It also said you can cut up lemons and put them by your bed or in your room, and it cleanses out negative energy. I don't know. There were several other ones, but I was like, wow, I didn't know. I thought lemons were just for water. I know, right? Michelle says, I cut up lemons to help rid negative energies in the rooms of my house. Yeah, I totally didn't know that. Never heard it. Never, not once. I know, right? Where have I been? I don't know. Somewhere, some timeline where Stevie Nicks wasn't. Apparently there was no lemons there either. That's not true. There's been lemons. I've just always just put them in my water. And I don't put them in my cup. You guys, if you ever go to a restaurant and you get water and you ask for lemon, ask for the lemon on the side. Don't let them put your lemon in the cup. I don't want to tell you why, but I feel like if you've worked in restaurants or you've worked in the food service, then you know why. And I know they're supposed to wash those lemons, but I'm just saying, most of the time they come on those pallets and I just grab it. They don't wash them. Stuff crawls on those lemons. Lemon on the side. I worked in restaurants when I was young in college, and waited tables and whatnot. So it's like I learned stuff, and now once you learn it, like you can't unlearn it, right? I wonder if that has something to do with Scorpio. Once you learn it, you can't unlearn it. All right, let's see. Let's do 10. Let's just wait for it. 107 even. All right, Scorpio, this is going to be from March 31st through April 6th. I'm going to start with the Heal Yourself reading cards. We are in this powerful eclipse energies. Both of my ears are ringing on fire. Not surprising, I guess, for me and the Scorpio energy, right? Let's see, what was I going to say? Eclipse energy, hidden truths. Mercury retrograde is here. Mercury retrograde. I feel like I wanted to talk about this at the beginning and I didn't. Maybe it was just for Scorpio. All right, so Mercury retrograde is going to start on April 1st. Be cautious of hasty decisions. Cautious of hasty decisions. Aries is Mercury is retrograde in Aries, guys, and Aries is we are so rash. It's like we go through the door first and look later type of thing. We quick to make decisions and then look back and go, oh my God, why did I do that? Right? Like maybe it looks good at first, but you don't think something through. So you want to try not to be like impulsive. That's the word I'm saying, impulsive. Don't jump to conclusions at this time, right? Don't jump to conclusions during Mercury retrograde, April 1st through the 25th. All right, so apparently Scorpio is going to be about the retrograde, right? A lot of powerful energy though. Eclipses, retrogrades, I mean, have mercy, right? Cycles comes out, and then the sexuality card comes out. Ooh, Scorpio. Scorpio and the sex, right? I mean, like the two go hand in hand. You can't get away from it, right? Like I'd love to say that that's different, but it's not. It is what it is, right? But the sexuality card, it talks about I just want to say really quickly, if y'all don't know, do you know why the Scorpio is connected to that subject? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this or not. One is because Scorpio, so all 12 signs, all the signs rule over a body part. So for example, Aries rules the head, right, of the body, right, the top, the beginning. For Scorpios, it's the sexual organs, right? So that's one reason, that's that way. So in case you ever wonder why people put the one with the other, that's most of the reason. And I think because of that, then, if you've ever had encounters, I don't know how to say this, with a Scorpio, it's, you remember it forever, right? That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, the sexuality card for Scorpio. It actually has a very in-depth meaning. It talks about maybe questioning your own sexuality, maybe asking yourself, do you feel attractive? Do you think that other people are attracted to you? Do you think that other people find you attractive? It could be all of that. And then it could also be, if you're in a relationship, Scorpio, you could be questioning whether you're still attracted to the person that you're with. And what I mean by that, I don't mean like by their physical looks, because what I mean by that is when that particular meaning comes out in this card, and guys, I'm telling you, you can Google it, like look it up in the book. I swear to you, that's what it means. But it's like, it's saying, does the inside match the outside, right? Because let's say you're with this really gorgeous, bombshell, beautiful, whatever, right? Handsome, I don't know, it could be a man, but like whatever you're with, right? And out on the external, on the outside, they're, drop dead gorgeous, but inside they're mean. They're ugly, they're takers, they're narcissists, they're, just not very good people. So it's like when you see that, right, like you can't unsee it, and then that's who they are, and that's what you see every time you look at them. You no longer see the whatever, you just see what they've showed you or portrayed to you this whole time, right? So there could be something there about that. Either way, the cycles card, Scorpio, says that you're closing out an old chapter and starting a new chapter. And I burped, so I'm just saying confirmation. I don't know why that is, but it's a thing. All right, let's do challenge. Or I got so flustered, Diana. I'm blushing. Like, I'm so glad sometimes there's no camera. I would, man, I'm telling you, y'all, these would be so much longer and we'd be taking so many more breaks. Definitely blushed. I don't know. Is it really Scorpio, though, if you don't blush, right? All right, challenge or obstacle for Scorpio. Closing out old cycles. I do feel like it's going to have something to do with sexuality. I just want to say, too, it's very possible that for some of these Scorpios, this could have something to do with, like, bad habits. The Alchemist is here. It says empowerment, pain, and sorceress. You're having a hard time turning your pain into power. Number 39 is sticking out to me. Oh, we make the jokes, and then the Scorpio sings. All right, so here it is. Ready? Like, I feel like I don't even need any more cards. I'm just going to spew it out, and then we'll pull the rest of the cards and see what happens. This whole journey, this whole type of spiritual awakening, it just got so hot in here. Have mercy. But it's like this whole time, this whole thing that we're doing is learning how to turn our pain into power. That's what we're alchemizing. If there was no pain on this journey, I try to explain it like this. I know this doesn't work for everybody, but if you've had a child, if you've delivered a child, the pain that you go through is unforgettable. It's not something you forget. You're going to remember it the next time you're pregnant, the next time you're pregnant. It's just something you remember, right? Nowadays, you know, there's medication and stuff, and some babies are really easy and you never have any pain. But if you've ever had a natural birth and you went through that pain, you remember, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So Scorpio, there's something about not knowing. It's like you have the pain, you're carrying it with you everywhere, and you don't know how to turn it into something positive, which is again what this whole journey is about, because this journey is so freaking painful. There's all kinds of different types of spiritual awakening, guys. Like there's all kinds. Buddha was not a twin flame, okay? I like Mother Teresa. I like talking about Mother Teresa. She's a beautiful soul, a spiritual awakening. She was not a twin flame, right? This is one of the most painful types of spiritual awakening journeys. Karma is related to this specific type of spiritual awakening journey. I don't know what that means, and I don't know why. I don't know if that means that like I have some karma in a past life that I brought in this life, and that's why I have to experience this pain now. I don't know, but I'm definitely at the point where that video I shared with Michelle the other day is like I'm definitely at the point where I'm not seeing this as I'm not the victim anymore. Alchemize. I've learned to turn my pain into power. So it's like I'm not sitting here in this spew flipping everybody off. You see your figure? You know what I mean? I feel like there's definitely something about understanding that you experience this pain and this specific spiritual awakening journey for a very specific reason. And it's going to make you the most powerful. It's going to make you the most brave, the strongest, the wisest. I know that when you're going through that pain, none of that means anything. There's really no words that I can say that be like, yeah, it's worth it. You know what I mean? Until you get through it, until you start to see it for yourself. All right, lesson learned that's going to help you with the challenge or obstacle. We have growing pains, big confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit loves me, y'all. I'm telling you. It's number 19, healing, patience, and conscious or unconscious is here. The third eye is here. Are you having third eye awakening? And it just means that there's some things you didn't understand before, and it's like I would say just now this is happening, like just now it's like something's opened up for you and you feel like you can see everything now. You feel like you can see all the past stuff, like where you came from, why you did certain things, what you needed to heal, what cycles you were stuck in. You see what I'm saying? That's what's happening right now. The witch is going to be on the bottom, but I'm told that I have to shuffle. It says, I wasn't always like this, you know. I had to create who I am. I feel like you should be going from the alchemist to the witch. If this is your challenge or obstacle, I wish this was your outcome. But Spirit says we're going to shuffle. Growing pains, healing, patience, and unconscious. All right, here's the outcome. Well, almost just as good as the witch card. Thank you, Spirit. We have the moon, duality, hidden gem, secret power. Do you guys hear the confirmations? Duality, twin journey, hidden gem, secret power. It says, what if your strangeness is actually your brilliance? And the mirror is here, some more twin confirmation, self-reflection, writer, and the big picture. You're definitely getting the big picture this week, Scorpio. You're starting to understand why you went through something, and that's going to help you close out a very painful chapter. All right. Triple Goddess Tarot. I see that tower. There could be some backsliding. So in other words, like you feel like you're taking 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. If that's the case, I say it doesn't matter. At least you're taking those forward steps, right? All right, let's look at the cycles card. I'm not trying to be like, I don't know, certain type of way, but I've always seen something. I thought I spilt something on this card for the longest time. And I thought it was like I must have been drinking something, splashed it on there. I was like, oh my gosh, why was I happy to do that? For the longest time, I thought that, but I couldn't remember actually spilling anything on my cards. And I feel like I would know if I spilled something on my card, right? And so I actually went and looked at the card to see if like it was on other pictures, and of course it was. And I don't know if you can see it there, but on the bottom, it kind of looks like blood. For if I'm talking to Scorpio, divine feminine, this could have something to do with like your vitality, right? But I don't think so. I think it's about like closing out a chapter that like it cost you. There was a lot to pay. There was a heavy price. You bled, right? It's like blood, sweat, tears type of energy. I totally got to pause in the middle of the Scorpio reading. I don't know. It's so crazy, right? But I gotta go check on something. Give me just a moment. I'm sorry, you guys. I know, right? Right in the middle of Scorpio. um, it's storming. It's storming. That's all I'm gonna say. My apologies. My apologies. I do plan on clipping these, so yeah, we'll just clip out that big spot right there. All right, the moon was the outcome, but we were looking at cycles to see what it's about. King of Cups comes out, divine masculine, and I'm just gonna tell you guys. So the Scorpio in the reading, our counterpart energy in my journey. So I don't actually have very much Scorpio on my chart. It's going to be counterpart energy. So it's surprising to see divine masculine coming out. But the King of Cups is counselor, mentor, therapist, coach, right? It's someone who is in control of their emotions. It's someone who is not fearful of how they feel about something. And remember, we've seen that sexuality card. So it's like, it's very possible there's Scorpio out here it's like questioning their own sexuality or confidence in their own sexuality. But for the rest of you Scorpios, it definitely could be about confidence in being able to control your emotions about something. Three of Cups is here. That could be cycle that's closing out, third party. Three of Cups could be soul tribe, soul sisters. It could also be a celebration. And then Page of Swords comes out. So Page of Swords is again like higher learning, wanting to know more, wanting to figure something out. Scorpio, you could be writing a letter. All right, the Alchemist is going to be your challenge or obstacle. empowerment, pain, sorceress is here. Again, the Two of Pentacles, making something work, feeling like you're being pulled in too many directions and not sure how to make it work. Knight of Pentacles is here. It says that you're ready to plant the seed. That's pretty interesting because in the Triple Goddess Tarot, it's winter time. So normally when you see the Knight of Pentacles, the field is ready in the back. This field is not ready. The ground is still frozen. Like this, there's still a lot of work that has to be done here. Absolutely. Capricorn energy. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn Scorpio, but I don't think so. I think it has something to do with too many people telling you what to do, Scorpio. And it's like you're going to have to take control over a situation, most likely how you feel about something, most likely that energy that says you feel pulled in too many directions. But it's like you're going to, Spirit saying you're going to have to make something work here. The reason I know is going to be because we got the Devil card, and the Devil card normally is the card that talks about like being bound to something that's unhealthy, toxic, right? These types of karmic energies, right? Again, could be a Capricorn, but I don't think it has anything to do with the sign. It's going to be that ribbon back there. And Triple Goddess Tarot, you know how we always talk about the soul ties here? Look at the red cord back there laying in the background. Can you guys see it? So I feel like you're bound to something or tied to something, and it's like you need to break free from something. Most likely it's going to have something to do with like third parties, too many people just involved, too many people telling you what to do. That's why you feel stretched in too many directions. The Devil card is actually called the Crone card. Look at all her gray hair. I made another shorts that took off today, guys. I'm really enjoying these shorts. I told somebody today, I was like, man, this is too much fun to be considered work. But there was one that I posted the other day. I was out at the lake, the sun was shining, and I didn't care. I just took a selfie and I posted it and made the shorts with it. And then I got inside where I could like actually see, you know, because the sun wasn't shining on my phone. And I have, you should see the zebra stripes in my bangs on that shorts. It's very possible that that's why it took off. I'm just saying. If you want to check it out, go check it out. Christina calls them wisdom highlights. All right, growing pains. I do sense that you are going through something that is, I'm getting like a Ten of Swords type of energy, right? Like I'm surprised we haven't seen one yet. It's like closing out painful life cycle type of energy, stepping into your power type of energy. On this journey for a long time, but not sure how to step into your power. All right, growing pains. So there we go. Big confirmation, the Ace of Cups, and it's overflow of emotion, not able to handle your emotions. This is what you're learning right now. Ten of Pentacles is here. Ten of Pentacles is goals, achievements, the things that you want in life, and there it is, Ace of Pentacles. Again, it's like you're going to have to take control of something, Scorpio. I'm definitely getting like overflow of emotion, and again, it's because you feel like you're being pulled in too many directions and you're not sure which way you're supposed to go. I feel like Spirit's drawing you a certain way, and most likely you want to go in a more physical 3D way, and that's why everything like is hard. That's why you could feel like you're not able to get anything you want. You're having to fight for everything that you want. It could be very possible. What if I told you, Scorpio, that all you had to do was pause, stop, and refill your cup? Just take care of you. Just tell whoever for however long, hey, I'm stopping. I'm going to take care of me. Because if I don't take care of me, there's not going to be a me later to take care of you. Right? The moon is your outcome. Duality, hidden gem, and secret power. Number 4. What if the strangeness is actually your brilliance? That's what I was going to say before the distraction. One of the things that I'm learning is, Scorpio, think of the thing that everybody looks at you and says, this is bad. This thing you do is not good. So for me, it's my mouth, it's my voice, it's my words. People are like, oh my gosh, Rosa, you're so mean. Guess what? Spirit wants somebody out here that's not going to sugarcoat any bullshit and give you the facts. So come to find out, my being mean, or my Mars, Mercury, and Aries actually is working in my favor. It's actually my superpower. What if your thing is your superpower? And then I'm going to ask you, what is your thing, Scorpio? But there's something that you feel down about. You feel like maybe it's not good enough. You feel like, oh, it's, it's weird, this weird thing about me. Whatever it is, it ends up being your superpower. Hidden gem, secret power. All right, look at that. The words, Scorpio, the words. All right, so Queen of Swords comes out. Look how she's taking the mask off. No longer, it's not the fake it till you make it anymore, right? It's the speaking the truth. This is how it is. It's definitely this, like, take it or leave it type of energy. Ten of Cups comes out. It does confirm happy home, happy family. So I feel like it has something to do with a home or family situation. And then Four of Swords is here. Four of Swords, again, big confirmation from Spirit. It's the healing card. It's the sit down, meditate, go within card, right? It's also blessing and disguise. Remember, it said, what if your strangeness was your superpower? Blessing and disguise, right? So here it is, Scorpio. You ready? There's going to be the Tower. That's actually your energy too, because I feel like we forget a lot of times, right? Yes, Pluto does rule Scorpio, but Mars also rules Scorpio. Mars also rules Aries. But Mars is the energy that makes you reckless. So if you were wanting to know, Scorpio, why you do certain things that are not thought through or seem very reckless, it's going to be the Aries. It's that Mars. It's Mars that causes you to do those things. So one, it's very important to know where Mars is at all times. If you're a Scorpio, just like for me and Aries, it's very important for me to know where Mars is. But two, it's going to be the 3 steps back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, right? It's that energy. And here's what we've been getting all week. I'm surprised you didn't get that same card, but I know why, because I pulled it out and you can't get it. But there's this card. It's that we remember over and over again. The card that says it's okay to remember over and over again. This one. It's okay to forget and then remember all over again. We've been kind of like beating ourselves up, and it's like, yes, you may take 3 steps forward and you may take 2 back. Who cares, Scorpio? Who cares? Stop beating yourself up about the 2 steps that you took back. Start loving yourself for the 3 steps forward that you took, right? First, it's an idea, then it's something you're trying, then it becomes a practice, then it becomes who you are. But it doesn't happen overnight. And there's some things that we shouldn't just stop. And I need to mention that too. If I'm talking to a Scorpio, that this has something to do with the drink, right, in the cup, there are some things that we don't just stop doing. There are some toxicities that we have put into our body for such periods of time that physically, because we are humans on this physical dimension, we cannot just stop doing it. Like, we have to wean ourselves off. We have to go to a doctor. We have to like take proactive steps in the cleansing of these things, right? But there's definitely a Scorpio out here that is like, you're trying to do something and then you backslide and then you beat yourself up about it. Stop doing that. All right, here's the guidance for Scorpio. Sweet. All right, so apparently for Cancer, we needed a certain card. Ooh, the Spirit in the Tree card and the Forbidden Forest. All right, Spirit in the Tree, Nature, Priestess, and Inner Peace. I want to read it out of the book. Each one of them has an affirmation spell. Are you ready, Scorpio? I am tuning into stillness, peace, and ancient wisdom. I am tuning into stillness, peace, and ancient wisdom. So I know that we've seen it for Cancer, but did we see it for the masculine energy too? I want to say we did. I know we've seen the stillness card for the masculine energy. Remember that in the collective? Pretty interesting, right? If you have pulled this card, you're being guided to deeply connect and vibrate with the energy of nature at this time. It has much to teach you, especially the spirit of the trees. If you can be still, present, and quiet and listen, only then will you understand all that it has to show you. All right. Moonology Oracle to close it out. I feel like you feel very ungrounded, especially if you're backsliding. Go out and start. I almost said start a fire. Go out and touch a tree. Okay, so I almost said start a fire because I did a reading earlier today where the person got this card. And if you look at it closely, you can see this little figure here in the, look out at the bottom of the root of the tree. It looks like they're in a meditative position, right? It's not a man standing by a fire. You can clearly see that. But when I first looked at this card, I saw a man standing at a fire. Like he had, I said I felt like it was like leaves burning. And I could see him like walking around this fire with like a stick, and he was like, you know, like poking it or like stirring it up, or I don't know, but it was like he was messing around with this fire. But the whole reason I feel like I had this vision was because I could see the person's eyes as they're watching the fire. And you could tell that there was a deep internal communication happening between the fire, the flames of the fire that this man was staring at, right? Scorpio, you're trying to find inner peace. And Spirit's saying, quit beating yourself up. Close out old chapters that no longer serve you. Meditate. Spend time on you. I mean, it definitely could be like a health. The Four of Swords is definitely giving me like a health situation. All right, confidence is your key to success, new moon and Leo. And I'm just saying, like when I say health situation, exhaustion, just pure exhaustion. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon, bring love into the situation. Look how she's pouring back into herself. I mean, come on. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. We just had that full moon in Libra. Remember, we're right in between those eclipse periods. So it's like hidden truths are being brought to light. I feel like Scorpio, for you, it's your exhaustion being brought to light. Time for you to spend time on you, right? All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful, Scorpio. If it was, tap that like button for me. I'm going to clean up really quickly, and we have Pisces next. Star Luba, hello. Sandra says, probably not going to happen. Just being honest. What's not going to happen? What were we talking about? Are the resting? Is that what we're talking about? I bet it does. Spirit likes to give us what I like to call forced vacations. Forced vacations. There's my favorite, Scorpio. Clarissa, hello. Clarissa, tell me how you're doing. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you pouring into your cup? Are you making sure that you are not depleted? Slowing down. I knew you were going to say that. It's like you don't want to, and I understand that. I do. Especially right now, as we have all this Aries energy. But here's what I know. Ready? One, I trust Spirit 1000%. But two, I've learned that I heard a joke the other day. It said, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. That's so true, right? It's so true. So yeah, if it's meant to be, it'll be. But if Spirit thinks you need a break, you're gonna take a break. Pisces. And who knows what that means, Sandra? Maybe Spirit's going to allow us to sleep longer than 4 hours. Maybe Spirit will stop waking us up at 3 a.m. I'm just saying, it could be something like that. Clarissa says, pouring to the point not a lot bothers me. Love it. Keeping my head up. Not every day is easy, but every day has been worth my healing. Absolutely. Oh my God, Clarissa, that is so freaking profound. I love it. We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant. Love it. I feel like that's really what we're all doing, right? And it's like if we're not doing that, then spirits, like I said earlier, drawing the line, right? Sandra, really, we should have asked Spirit, how come I wasn't able to come help? That's really what we should have asked. Are you done painting yet or no? All right, Pisces, I'm not ready, but we're going 140-40. All right, Pisces, this is for March 31st through April 6th. So we do have eclipse energy here, right? So we had the 31st is going to be, I'm sorry, that's so wrong. The 25th, which was yesterday, guys, is the, the Libra lunar eclipse. And then the 8th is going to be the Aries solar eclipse. So right in between this eclipse energy. So when you're in this eclipse energy, eclipses are about everything being brought to light, right? Like things that were hidden and stopping you from being able to move forward are now being brought to light. It could be like obstacles in your way that you didn't see. It could be something that you're doing, Pisces, that maybe you didn't realize you were doing. It could be anything. All right. We also have the Mercury retrograde. Everybody likes to talk about Mercury. I feel like the astrology gets such a bad rap. A lot of times Mercury retrograde is user error, right? So if you're dealing with any type of like technology going wonky, stuff like that, just make sure it's not you first, Pisces, right? All right, energy of the week. We have the home card. The home word itself has been huge for the twins this week. We're all definitely in this energy of like wanting to go home, wanting to be around others that give us that home feeling. And I'm not talking about like a location. I'm not talking about your home or your house where you live. I'm talking about for those of you that are on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey, where I feel like there for a little while, Pisces, I was in this weird energy where I didn't know where home was. I was talking about this earlier. I don't remember when it was. Collective, maybe Cancer, Scorpio, I'm not sure. But I was saying like, from the time that I met the counterpart, had the awakening, went through dark night of the soul, came out, I definitely had this energy where it was like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Like, where is home, right? And a lot of times when we have like reunion with counterpart energies, we feel that we call it the home feeling. It's that feeling where you feel like you finally belong somewhere. It's that feeling where you feel like you don't have to act like you're anybody you're not. It's just you, and it's unconditional, and it's like there's acceptance for just who you are, right? It's that energy that we experience like between each other. So like me and Clarissa, me and Sandra and Diana, Sandra and Michelle. You see what I'm saying? We experience this energy between each other because we understand each other, right? We went through an experience that other people on this planet haven't went through, and they don't understand the words we use. They don't understand the communication that we're having. They don't understand the feelings that we're experiencing. And I just want you guys to know, if you've ever wondered, it's hard for people that are not on, an awakening journey to have empathy for something they don't understand. So, I mean, let's keep that in mind too. Hole in the soul is here. Hole in the soul and sexuality card again. Have mercy. But hole in the soul is, if you have a Scorpio, I'm just saying, go watch the Scorpio reading. But hole in the soul is a very specific card. It talks about longing. We all know that feeling, right? All of us on this specific journey. We have that, we call it the cord. It's constantly pulling us back or pulling us in a certain direction, right? We have this, it's a longing feeling, especially when you're like in a separation period. Pisces, I could be talking to someone where you could feel like, let's say you're not on a twin journey, you could feel your own disconnect between your own masculine and your own feminine energies, right? In other words, like maybe you're really in your masculine energy and it's hard for you to have empathy or compassion for something else that you don't understand, right? Maybe you're really in your feminine energy and it's more of like an overflow of emotion. Maybe it's like victim consciousness. Woe me, why did this happen to me? Why do I gotta feel this way, right? It definitely could have something to do with that. I'm being told to tell you the chosen story, and I actually told it yesterday, so I don't know if I want to tell it again, but I don't tell spirit now, so apparently I'm telling you the chosen story. Okay, I watched this video and the guy was talking and he was like, you know, the chosen ones, you hear that a lot on this journey, right? And they're like, what he was talking about, like, what are you chose to do? You're chose to help other people in the world heal, right? And then it talks about how, like, how come the chosen ones are always whole in the soul? How come the chosen ones are always in so much pain? How come the chosen ones are always single? How come the chosen ones can't find love? How come the chosen ones struggle? How come the chosen ones go without? How come the chosen, you see what I'm trying to say here? And he just kept going and going and going. And I was like, yeah, why? Ready? It's because the chosen ones aren't awake. I know, right? I about crap my pants too. I can't believe I just said that. Okay, we'll cut that out, but it's fine. But you know what I'm saying? It was like I couldn't believe it. Just, you know, made an aha moment, right? Because if you are chosen, when you awaken, you are so grateful to be chosen, right? You are so grateful to have the opportunity to be awakened. You are so grateful to understand that you're a spiritual being having this human experience, right? You are so grateful to understand that it's not just this meat suit that really can't do a whole lot, right? Grateful to know you have to soul other angelic realm, right? Like you're so it's definitely this energy, Pisces, where it's like you feel chosen, you have to do the hard stuff, but it's like you don't understand that it's like you're not fully awakened. It's like you don't understand that you have these powers, these abilities, you can do something. I think you're missing someone or you're missing something, and it could have something to do with like a home situation. Um, I know it's gonna sound really funny, but like maybe there's a Pisces out there, you just missed being a kid. Like you missed being at home where you didn't have bills and you didn't have responsibilities. For older Pisces, this is more about like twin journey. You're longing for something or someone and you don't understand that it's internal and you come into union internally, right? All right, so now I'm gonna do a challenge or obstacle. The home card talks about how she keeps rearranging all her furniture because she's trying to recreate a time when she was happy. Clarissa, wanting to be around energy that feels like home. Yes, definitely. All right, so we have the you're a badass, Pisces. Keep pushing. You're so close to something. Number 31, it says, darling, don't you remember you're a badass? Keep winging it. The fairy, blessings flow and magical energy. All right, for lesson learned, number 33, it's going to be my favorite, right? The threes. It says, find those who inspire you to bloom. Thank you, Spirit. Always has my back. Grow together, community, connection. Reciprocation is on here. This is the home feeling. I just got done saying that. Like mind, right? We've felt this together. We understand it. We're on this journey together. We can communicate with each other. We can understand each other. We can have compassion and empathy for one another, right? And then number 2 is here, yin yang, big confirmation of the twin journey. I am in divine flow and move in alignment. So even if, let's say, you're not on a twin journey, let's say there's a Pisces out there and maybe he's not on a twin journey, right? Guys, my youngest son is Pisces, right? And I don't know, maybe he is. I feel like he's found his soulmate. I don't feel like it's twin energy. But anyway, it's out with the old, in with the new. That's yin yang, right? Balancing your own internal masculine and feminine. I said that earlier. Balanced energy, right? For those of you that are on a twin journey, the first word is unity. Unity, balanced energy, manifestation. On the bottom, emotions, it's alchemy, processing, and sensitivity. It says honoring the flow of all the emotions. And that was that hole in the soul, had some emotions, right? It's like you're learning the importance of the home feeling. And I feel like Rosa hit it on the head, wanting to be around that feeling more often. Does that say 150? Like, what is happening? Oh my gosh. Hi. I was clipping the Aries earlier, right before the live. I was working on the fire signs for the short clips. It was 21 minutes long. I was like, what in the world is happening? Sandra said the other day, there's a lot going on. It's very true, though, very true. All right, the home card for Pisces. We have Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, Sagittarius. It is giving me some healing energy, and it's also giving me that believe in magic energy, right? 2 of Swords, feeling stuck, like you don't know where home is. 2 of Swords is the energy where it says, like, you feel like if you make a move, you're going to drown. The waves are going to take you away. But she's actually in a very shallow area. She's never really in a deep area. There's always several landing spots behind her. She just has to open her eyes and look. We have the 3 of Wands. This is about taking action towards your future, taking action, like actual going there, doing something. All right, so the challenge or obstacles that you don't realize that you're a badass, and you don't realize that you have magical energy, because you're going to manifest something and bring something forth, right? 6 of Swords, being guided to calmer waters, being guided by spirit, being told what to do. And here's what you're being told what to do, and this is what you don't want to do. Are you ready, Pisces? It's the 9 of Swords. Processing the trauma. It's shadow work. Pisces, are you running from your shadow work? I do. I'm just letting you know now. I do all the time. I'll do a little and then I'll stop. I do a little and then I stop. I just want to say I feel like it's actually a very healthy way to do it. If I just dove all the way in, I may go down a rabbit hole that I may not come out of for a very long time. So I think a little bit of work is not a bad thing, right? Queen of Wands is here. Be confident in yourself. Be confident that you are this badass, right? All right, grow together. Find those who inspire you to bloom. Spirit's definitely asking you to go towards community, like minds, connections, people that reciprocate. If you're around someone who doesn't understand the words that you're using, right? Like if you're speaking different languages, I used to say karmic ex-husband, I'd say, I have actually made a comment one time. I said, I feel like I think that they think I'm speaking a different language, like I'm speaking Japanese. You know what I mean? I definitely feel that sometimes. Like if you're just not with the right person, it's like you're constantly having to explain yourself. If you're with the right person, you don't have to explain yourself. They already know, right? Grow together, community. We have the 8 of Swords, so a self-restriction. You're telling yourself you can't do something, and Spirit's saying you need to use all your senses to get out of the environment that you're in. You also have the Strength card. It's the healer card. It's definitely this, it's actually called the Mother card in the Triple Goddess Tarot, but it's healer. So it's like you have healing abilities, something you're supposed to be doing. I mean, it could be saying that you need to get away from a situation so that you could start your own healing journey. Definitely possible. And then King of Wands comes out, and it's know what you're capable of. So it's like you're this healer. You have healing abilities. You need to learn how to heal yourself first so that you can go out into the world and heal others. That's what we do on this twin journey, right? So yin yang is here. This is the outcome. Unity is here. Balanced energy and manifestation. Have you manifested union? Nine of Pentacles. How interesting. Nine of Pentacles is the complete opposite, right? Actually, it's not true. You would be in Nine of Pentacles energy when you do come into union. See, a lot of times when we're doing the runner chaser crap, right? The in and out, the ghosting, all that kind of stuff. Like, we're not in Nine of Pentacles energy, right? We're either running or we're chasing. It's not until you get into Nine of Pentacles energy that you come into union. And it's that energy when you finally just don't give a shit anymore. And I promise you, that's what it is. Like, the moment you're like, you know what, I don't even care. I'm going to go do me. I'm going to build my pinnacles. I'm going to make sure I feel good and I'm happy. That's when it happens, right? Pisces, every time, never fails. And I just want to say, I do see that peacock in the picture, and it does represent masculine energy. We also have the Ace of Pentacles, so it's like a new beginning, a new start, and I just want you to see all those vines. It's definitely like hard-fought new beginning. This doesn't come easy, Pisces. And there's the Strength card, Leo energy. And again, here in Triple Goddess Tarot, see how she's talking to the animals? Pay attention to the animals, Pisces. It's very possible messages are coming to you. It's also like healing energy coming to you. Here's what I'm hearing. Ready, Pisces? For the divine feminine, healing comes through separation. For the divine masculine, healing comes in union. On the bottom is the Seven of Wands. You're going to have to fight for something. You're going to have to fight to protect something. If I was the Pisces, I'd be like, bring it, right? Pisces is actually my ninth house. And here's what I'm going to say. Ready? I made a joke not too long ago. And it's a joke, guys. Just a joke. I don't know. I'm going to ask Spirit when I get out there. I promise you. But for right now, it's just a joke. There was this thing that I heard that said Spirit loves two signs better than all the other signs. Those two signs, are you ready? Are Pisces, because Pisces rules the 12th house, the house of spirituality. So it's like God's house, right? And Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is higher learning, evolution. So it's like the way to God's house, right? So that's how they explained it. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, you know, Spirit having favorites. I just don't really believe that. But if they did, I mean, it would make sense that Spirit's, you know, Pisces would be the favorite. So yeah, it's like you're going to have to fight for something. You have to protect something. And you definitely should have this powerhouse, badass energy. Like, bring it, right? Like, I'm highly protected. You can't touch me. And I just want to say, Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius was the first card out. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, definitely. You could also be dealing with a Leo. I mean, we might as well just throw the Aries in there too, right? All right. Guidance for Pisces. It says desert passage. Trust that there is a divine plan. Crossing bridges. Why didn't I get the other one? There's going to be a reason. All right. Crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. That's it right here. It's actually both of these. Oh, wow. Okay. Traveling lightly. Simplify your life. And then breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. Pisces, you have to go somewhere. You have to go towards something. You have to be the one to mend the bridge. I know, right? You're like, what? But yeah. And here's why. Because you have to trust there's a divine plan. It's going to be the unity. It's going to be your twin journey, right? The crossing bridges, you are not wanting to be the one to cross the bridge. You're wanting them to cross the bridge. I feel like Spirit's saying, look how she's standing in the middle of the bridge. Meet him in the middle. Meet him in the middle, right? And then traveling lightly. So do you feel like you're going to actually travel to go somewhere and simplify your life? Like, that's the message. I do see like his little bag, and there was something about his bag that gave me like overnight bag. You're actually going to need more than just an overnight bag, but yeah. All right, Pisces. Luck is on your side. Look at that new moon in Sagittarius. You see that? You and your loved ones are safe. So if you're worried about family situation, home situation, which I feel like it's pretty clear that you were, new moon in Cancer. And look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So much Sagittarius energy for Pisces. A time for healing. Thank you for the confirmation. Cosmic moon. Remember, a time for healing. Different oracle cards completely, right? You're going to have to be the one that heals. You're going to be the one to meet in the middle, cross the bridge, get to the bridge, right? Do the releasing, mend the relationship, all those things. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Pisces. I hope that was helpful. If it was, guys, tap that like button for me. And that's it. That's going to be your water signs for the week of March 31st through April 6th. So don't forget, guys, tomorrow we're going to do Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Look at Michelle, puts it on there for me. Wednesday night, guys, 8 p.m. I do have one small announcement that I want to mention. I am preparing for the April Twin Flame current energy update. I thought I was ready to go, but Spirit was giving me more information today. So I was actually getting ready to set it. And I'm not going to set it. So I feel like I'm waiting for Spirit to give me the title that it's going to be. I wanted to call it Spring Forward. I thought that's what we were going to call it, but like I said, right before I got ready to set it, Spirit told me that's not it. So I guess we're going to wait. But I do plan on doing it this weekend. I understand that Spirit understands I'm getting ready to go back to work. I did take on the summer job, so I'm hoping to get everything, give myself a good month, right? So have everything caught up and ready. So if you've been getting readings in the Etsy shop, they've been coming back same day, right? I've just really been trying on top of it, just trying to get myself as much space, right? So that when I do make this transition, it's not so difficult and we can still keep going over here at PLR. So April 2024, Twin Flame Current Energy will be this weekend. Again, not posted yet. So that's your thumbnail. When you see it, make sure to click that notify me button. Earth Signs for tomorrow is already posted, so you can go over and check it out now. And remember, we'll start at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Central Daylight Time. Thank you, everyone who came in and hung out with me. I appreciate you guys so very much. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll see everyone then. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.